Hello and welcome. If you fly helicopters in Microsoft Flight Simulator, this video is actually for you. The default scenario of Microsoft Flight Simulator is so detailed that a lot of real helicopter landing pads, for example at hospitals, are actually in the sim. And this means we could fly to them and land on them. The problem is that it's actually hard to recognize these landing sites when you don't know where they are. And the second problem is that it is actually not possible to select these pads from the world map in Microsoft Flight Simulator because the Flight Simulator doesn't really know that they are there. To make life easier for us, I developed a small tool which extracts all the helicopter landing sites from OpenStreetMap and OpenAIP and transforms them into a dataset which we can load into the flight planning tool LittleNavMap. And this allows you to do helicopter-centric flight planning, so you can fly from landing pad to landing pad, or you can just explore around where you currently are and see where you could land if you want. In this short video, I want to show you how you can actually import and use the data, and also how you can get rid of it. Let's start with installation and usage. Okay, let me first show you how you would obtain the data of the helipads in the world. So go to FlightSim2 and just enter world helipad data in the search bar. Press search, and the first result should be the world helipad data for LittleNavMap. You will also find the direct link in the video description down below. Scroll down and then press the download button. If you didn't already download the dataset, then it should be blue. Mine is green because I downloaded it beforehand. When the download is complete, go to your downloads folder and you should find a new zip file. Just press the right mouse button onto this file and press extract all. Extract. And you should find a new folder next to your zip file called World Helipad Data. Then if you go into this folder, you will find 4 different files. So the README file you can just ignore. That's just the text for FlightSim2. And there are 3 different these CSV files which contain the real helipad data. The dataset is split into 3 world regions. So region 1 is North and South America, region 2 is Europe and Africa, and region 3 is Russia, Far East, Middle East, India, China, Australia, and so on and so on. So the next step is to import this data into your LittleNavMap. And for that, open up your LittleNavMap installation. Then go to User Points and click on Import CSV. Then you should navigate to the folder where the data or the content of the zip file was extracted to and choose the region you're interested in. I will choose region 2 now. So just click Open. It will take just a small second. And there's already happened quite a lot of stuff here. So I want to show you a specific region, so we will go to the Lisbon region, and I will show you in a second why. And what you see here now is first the main Lisbon airport that was already there before we imported all the helipads, and then you see all the small H symbols. And each of these H symbol stands now for one helipad, which is there in real life. And most often is also there in the flight simulator, and also most often you can actually land on them. And if you remember from the intro, we were standing on a helipad, and this is actually this one here to the west of Lisbon in Cascais in the harbor region. So on the right, you see a list of all these helipads. You see that there is a type associated with each entry. The region, there is a tag which says World Helipads that will become important in a second, and there is some more information also shown here. For example, the coordinates. If there is elevation available in the source data, then it is shown here. Otherwise, it's just 0. And I think the path from where the file was imported. So what I find particularly nice is if you click on the one helipad or hover over it, you actually see that you get these some more information. So again, the type and the tags, but you also get the name of the helipad, or in this case, Helipad da Marina de Cascais. You get information about the surface, so in this case it's asphalt, and what is always shown is the source of the information. So in this case, it's OpenStreetMap. So not all this information are always shown because it depends on what is available in the source data. So let's have a look onto this helipad here. So here we don't have any information, no name, no elevation, nothing, just the source. It's from OpenStreetMap. And now what you can do is you can do your normal flight planning or with LittleNavMap. So for example, I can add this user point to my flight plan, and I can add this helipad to my flight plan. I see a distance, I see a bearing, and then I want to go to Cascais, for example. Again, I see the distance and also the course I need to fly. I think that's most important stuff. One thing, if you zoom out of this map, so if I zoom out, for example, to this view, you see that there are quite a lot of helipads actually. And this view, of course, can get very, very confusing very quickly, for example, especially in this area. So just make use of the filter here. If you go onto the star and just deselect all the helipad data, you get a way better overview of the actual map. And if you need the helipad data, you can just activate it and see where you can go and where you can explore. Now, lastly, let me show you how you could remove this data from LittleNavMap, because I think that's quite important. For example, if you want to import a new version, or if you just don't use it and want to get rid of it. And this is unfortunately a little bit tricky, but not very complicated. So first, we need to filter for the world helipad data. So this is done by entering world helipads into the tags folder. So now we only have entries which are tagged with world helipads. And then, for example, if you just want to remove region 2, you can also filter for region 2. Now we run into a little bit of a problem. Of course, you could delete every entry for itself, but this would be really tiring. But we can select one helipad and then press Ctrl A or Command A to select all the visible helipads. So, but now you will run into a problem. You see that in this list are only 256 helipads are actually displayed here of the 27,000. And so if you use Ctrl A to select all of them, you only select 256 of this 27,000. To solve this problem, you need to take your mouse, go to the scroll bar and just move the scroll bar down and continue just moving your mouse a little bit around while holding the mouse button pressed. And at some point, the scroll bar just stops. And you now see that from the 27,410, 27,410 are actually visible. So if you now click once into the list and then Control A or Command A on the Mac again, it takes just a second. Then all the helipads are selected, and you can press this small button, remove one or more user points. If you press it, that again takes just a second, and you see all the helipad data is gone. A little bit cumbersome, but not too bad, I would say. Okay, that's it. I hope you found this useful, and thanks a lot for watching. If you are using the database, I would love to know how you use it, and if you are missing helipads, for example, or you would like to have other features. I will see you soon, and have a really great day.